Hello everyone, I'm Starburst. Welcome to my channel. The topic prepared for everyone today is to see whether the other person has already entered a new relationship. If so, what is his current emotional state? So, do you and the other person still have a chance to reconcile? Just like today, I prepared 3 sets of Peter for everyone. They are from left to right in front of me. Number 1 plate group. Number 2 plate group. And our business number plate seat. Alright everyone, please relax and calm down. Think about the person you're thinking of and today's topic. Then choose the scene that resonates with you the most from the cards just now. Then everyone in the process of choosing decks can write the desired object in the box below to strengthen your connection with the chosen decks and bring good luck to the deck you chose. Okay, if you want, let's start with the first deck. First, let's take a look at the card face of the number 1 deck. Upright Fool, reversed Knight of Cups, upright 7 of Swords, 8 of Swords, upright 5 of Cups, reversed 8 of Cups, the Sacred Sorrow of the reverse, and the Heart of the reverse, the Dying. Well, for the friend who comes to mind with this set of cards, the person she thinks of is not really faithful. I think they're rather fickle and flirtatious. In their love life, they seek freedom and no strings attached.
So I'm still in the midst of emotion.
He is too controlled and demanded by others. From his perspective, he has already entered a new relationship, but from my perspective, I think you are still not over the past relationship, because you actually gave a lot for each other on your previous emotional relationship with the other party. You will always center on the other party and always help him to consider. Because we often neglect our own feelings, and because you gave too much in the relationship, it actually makes he takes your efforts for granted. Even your tolerance for him keeps decreasing, so every time you want to ask him something or say, when things don't go his way, he will start to have a great deal of resentment towards you. They'll feel suffocated by your constant dissatisfaction. They might feel like you're always controlling and restricting them, which might make them want to break up with you, but you're always giving and sacrificing for them. By investing your energy and effort, you are actually deeply involved in this relationship, just like being ranked 5th.
We all
Actually,
did it to be led
you have
passively.
been bound by this feeling. So even though you've separated, but you still can't get out of this relationship. Just like the Holy Grail dance, you're still reminiscing about this relationship. You're still very concerned about this person. He, however, no longer wants to continue with you because his personality is like that. Even if what you once said was right and you meant well, in his mind he's already made up his mind. You're wrong, he mainly asks why you don't mind others, why you just have to ignore it, so he didn't feel like saying. He may consider your harm to him as more severe because you always focus on him. So he actually hasn't realized that he has unintentionally brought you a lot of harm because you have been considering the other person all along. So every move of the other party can touch your heart, making you always apprehensive. So at the moment, it will also make you still stuck in this emotion. It's hard to really. He comes out, but the other person is the opposite, because he will blame all the problems on you and shift all the blame onto others, so he can quickly break away from your current relationship and enter a new one. So when he left you, he actually moved on quite quickly. So after he left you, he immediately dove into a new relationship. From the side, it appears that in his new relationship, He's quite satisfied at this stage, but he has no intention of transforming this relationship, develop in a long-term direction, because I think this person is actually quite variable. He changes very quickly. He has never said that he wants to invest too much in feelings. He has invested a lot of time and effort into this relationship, and all he cares about is whether it makes him happy or comfortable. If he is not satisfied with the relationship, he will choose to leave immediately. He will only regard his own feelings, and he's also a pleasure seeker. He did not say he wants to settle down in love or to manage stably. He never really said that he wanted to consider the length or future direction of a relationship. What he cares about is at present there seems to be someone willing to stay with him, willing to make sacrifices for him, and then able to meet his current needs. He just wants to enjoy such a process now. So I think you and this object, both parties, the chance of getting back together is not very big, and even if the two people can be together, I don't suggest everyone to do such a thing again. Actually, the person you're looking for isn't really suitable for you. Even though you've invested a lot of emotions in them, they're not the same. So I suggest you let go of them as soon as possible. Plus, this person is not worth your sorrow and distress. Or would you like to know more about this topic? Or if you have encountered other problems in your emotional life and want to know what to do next, you can talk to those who you trust. This is the message that the first deck wants to bring to everyone, and I hope that the previous message has provided some help for everyone. Let's take a look at the number 2 seed. Well, let's first take a look at the second deck of cards. For the sake of Holy Grail 6, contemplate for Holy Grail 9, the crystal card of the illustration, the reverse Queen of Cups, Emperor card, reverse 10 of Wands, upright 2 of Coins, and finally, our upright 3 of Wands. That's our second set of cards. I thought of this set of cards. The person you're thinking about in your heart actually already has a new relationship. Right after leaving you, they fell into a new love. But in this relationship, I think, actually, he will give more. And he is also constantly giving, like the upright 6 of Cups in the card. He will constantly care and protect this object because he likes this object more. Satisfied, so he is willing to pay for it. But in their relationship, he actually didn't get too much of what he wanted. That is, his investment in return are not proportional because his current object to him actually does not have a deep kind of emotions, are more like the person you have in mind and you're pursuing. Currently, they're also enduring it because they'll still feel a strong sense of disparity and loss. Because I think in your previous relationship, actually, the other person was enjoying what you did for them and your kindness towards them during this relationship because you are in emotion. In fact, when you fall into emotion, there wouldn't be too much rationality. You'll keep wanting to mainly consider the other person's thoughts and keep satisfying their needs. And so in your relationship, the other person is the one who keeps enjoying, but after breaking up with you in the new relationship, he became the person who needs to keep giving. So he would have a strong contrast between before and after. He will start thinking about what you once did for him at this time. But for now, he hasn't thought about wanting to return to the feelings he had with you before, because I think he is a person who wants to save face. His pride is strong, so he can't take the initiative to contact you or express his feelings and his desire to return. So he is still going to stay in the new main feeling for now. He continues to give, but from the cards, it may not take long for him to bear such pressure. Just like the tasteless captain in the cards, if the pressure is too great, when it exceeds the range he can bear, he will start to waver and start to choose to leave this relationship. So, The person you are thinking of in your heart is actually in a rather tangled state in the current stage of the relationship. Well, because he doesn't have any other better choices now, so it will make him continue to maintain this relationship. If you are willing to appear by his side, or if you take some initiative, he may start to consider more. He will begin to undergo certain changes. The swing will start to go. He will consider what your actions mean to him and may want to turn back and seek you out for contact. So if you find him, he won't refuse you too much. He will first regard you as a friend, because he also knows that you once had feelings for him and knows what you did for him before, so he won't easily want to let go. That is, you are still willing to continue to be good to him, such a choice. So this is what the other party is considering right now. Between you, there is still a chance for two people to get back together, but whether or not to take this action depends on each person. If you want to know more about this topic, or what to do next, you can chat with Starlight to provide specific advice based on your situation. Let's finally take a look at the number 3 card group. Okay, that's our third dish. What I think about these cards is that the two of you are still in touch, not completely cut off or blocked, but both are in a state of mutual anger. Actually, the other side right now, there were some lies in what he told you before. He deceived you by saying he has completely moved on from a previous relationship. Or perhaps they've already found a new target, but actually these are just presumptions based on what we see. He hasn't said he's entering a new relationship. Why does he say this? Because he doesn't want to show weakness to you. He wants to maintain his space. He doesn't want you to see that he hasn't let go of certain feelings, but he also knows that there have been many conflicts in the process of interaction. These conflicts are actually small issues. Most of the time, he wants to communicate with you and clarify this matter, but he doesn't know how go and express, because actually you are also very much your own opinion in the feelings, so you will believe in your own judgment more. This leads to the other party being passive most of the time, causing the relationship to fall into a dilemma, so it will make him want to tell you that he already has new emotions. After separating from you, his self-esteem will make him want to tell you that he already has. But actually, he still wants to continue with you. The words are not from his heart. He is just angry and wants to say these words to you. He still feels upset sometimes. Sometimes he says these things. He also wants to see his position in your heart, because in this relationship, he feels he's increasingly unsure if you really like him or if you would serve him, especially when you say things that make him feel you don't care about him. It really hurts him. So in this relationship, he currently doesn't have a new relationship, and he still has you in his heart. The chances of you two getting back together are quite large. So if you still want to continue with him, maybe it requires more initiative to resolve some misunderstandings between each other. Otherwise, it might be meaningful for both people. If you want to know more about this topic or have other questions and want to know what to do next, you can come and chat with Xingmang. Xingmang can give you more comprehensive and targeted advice. Thank you all for your support. See you in the next video. Goodbye.